Hello, everybody. We've had a great run this last week. 4-1 Monday with all plays, including the NBA TV game of the month with Golden State. Unbelievable 30-point win over the Spurs. 2-1 on Sunday with my NFL stuff. Carolina was a winner. Arizona, Carolina over was a winner, and we missed with the Patriots. We'll talk a little bit about that game in a second. 53-34 football run, 22-16 NBA run. NBA and NHL 3-pack daily, 3 games. One price, $25 at jimfeist.com. That's 3 big games, a 3-pack of games, $25 at jimfeist.com. Make sure you go there and get it in this game. We're winning money, we're collecting money, and that's what this thing is all about, right, guys? Let's look at this. Carolina is the favorite over Denver, and rightfully so. A couple weeks ago, they were 3-43. Now, you're looking at a total of about 45, and you're looking at Carolina 4.5 or 5. About 85% of the bets are on Carolina. You have this sentimental, emotional issue that Brady is probably going to, not Brady, but Manning is probably going to retire after this game. And by the way, I might want to add in there that Brady could too. I mean, they're both about the same age. And talk about getting hit. I think Brady got hit 75 times for the whole year, and 23 of them were in this last game. The offensive line played terrible. The defensive line for Denver was getting off the ball quick. They were in Brady's face, didn't have time to set up, didn't have time to make good, accurate throws. That's how they won the game. The defense for Denver simply outplayed the offensive line for the Patriots. Because when you look at the stats, first downs, New England 20, Denver 12. Played an entire game with 12 first downs. 244 total yards for Denver, 336 for the Patriots. Turnovers, New England 2, Denver 1. Time of possession was almost dead even. Rushing. Of course, we know that the Patriots don't try to run the ball that much, but when they do, they're terrible at it. And they did not have many yards. I think their rushing yards were 44. Denver had 99. 2.6 yards per rush for New England, 3.3 for Denver. Terrible numbers. You're not going to see that in the Super Bowl because Carolina does run the ball pretty well. And they have mobile quarterbacks, so you don't have Brady sitting back there and can't move very much. Although he did run the ball, he was their leading rusher, because I think he got about 19 yards on one play. So that's the story of the game. You got the Patriots coming in there favored, which is kind of a crazy line. They really should not have been a 3-point favorite there, unless the line the week before, when they were a 4-point favorite at home against the Chiefs, was wrong. So if they were 7 at home, that would have played out a little bit differently. But it should have been more of a pick'em game. But the issue was with Manning, can he still play? Can he get the ball down the field? Can he throw the ball accurately and with some zip on it? He did it a couple times in the game. But Peyton is not the Peyton of old, and we all expect him to retire after this Super Bowl appearance. As a matter of fact, the microphones picked up when he was talking to Belichick, and he said, "This might be my last rodeo." Well, we all expected that. This guy's been through a lot of wars, 3 or 4 surgeries on the neck, foot problems. I mean, the whole issue. He's 39 or 40 years old now. It's time to probably walk away. Yes, he'll be walking away from a lot of money, but I'm not too sure that Denver wants to continue to pay him either, because they have a guy on the bench that's pretty good and something to build on. But as far as this game is concerned, it was all won by the Denver defense. Manning did what he does. He's a very smart guy. He knows how to pick apart a defense. He doesn't have the physical tools to do it like he once did, but he has the mental tools to do it. He will beat you with your mind, his mind. And in this case, the Denver coaches outplayed and outcoached the Patriot coaches. Hard to say that Belichick went down like that, but that's the way it turned out. The offensive line coach for the Patriots was fired. Their center did a bad job because he had a tell that the Denver players picked up on, which gave them a jump. And they showed because they got to Brady very quickly. I have a lot going on this week. I'm analyzing these games. I'm analyzing propositions. If you would like to send me questions, go to Twitter at Jim Feist Sports and Facebook at Proline TV. And, of course, make sure you go to jimfeist.com. I will try to answer questions when they're good ones and if I have a good answer for it. So I'm not too sure what the number is going to end up being this week because it's really what happens next week. I do think the recreational players are going to continue to bet on Carolina, 85% right now, so no reason to change that. And but the big money is going to probably grab some of that as it comes back. So when you see a number go from 3.5 to 4.5 to 5, you might even get a little bit 5.5 in there. I don't think you're going to reach the 6. If it did hit 6, everybody's going to grab it because that's a live number, where 5 is not. So that's what I expect to happen. Let's talk a little bit about the other game. This is really a changing of the guard in football. You have the old guy with Manning and the new guy with Cam Newton. You have some coaches that have been around a while. You know, Ron Rivera has been around a while as a player and a coach. Has done a great job. You know, Carolina beat Seattle and Arizona. And the 3 best teams in football going into the playoffs, many considered the 3 NFC teams as the best teams. That was Carolina, Arizona, and Seattle. Some people mixed in and said the Patriots were in there and maybe second or even first spot based on what they had done against the Chiefs. Didn't turn out that way. But Carolina beat Seattle and Arizona and scored 80 points in doing so. That's a lot of offense. They had 476 yards and 21 first downs against Arizona. I don't have the stats in front of me from the Seattle game, and I don't really need them. Arizona, of course, turned the ball over 7 times. That's not going to happen with Denver. They're not going to turn the ball over like that. Time possession, Carolina dominated. Seattle made a big comeback. Arizona did not. But Seattle, Cam Newton said they played with their butts tight against Seattle in the second half after getting up 31-0 at halftime. Well, they had a big lead in this one too, but they didn't play with their butts tight against Arizona. They continued to play. And that's what happens when you sit on leads. The garbage time stats don't always mean anything. But this Arizona team, or not Arizona, Carolina team, has only lost once all year. I mean, this has been an incredible year by a team that no one thought was going to do anything like this, especially after losing their best wide receiver even before the season started. So it's been incredible. Now, they have a good defense. Luke Kuechly and company, Davis, etc. Of course, he had the arm injury, he had surgery on Monday. He claims he's going to play anyway, and that is very possible to put a cast on it. He'll go out there. Tough guy, doesn't want to not play in the Super Bowl. Kuechly is amazing. And, of course, Cam Newton, Jonathan Stewart, they got good running attack. Offensive line is very tough. does a good job. They run the ball well, and of the 4 teams in the Final Four, they're the only team that runs the ball well. They got 152 yards against Arizona. Arizona's not a running team either. They've had injuries to their running backs, but Denver doesn't run the ball that well, and I don't think they're going to run the ball that well in this game. So it's going to come down to that defense playing well and Manning mentally overcoming some of the defensive things that Carolina does. I will have strong selection on this game because I'm doing my work on it, I'm studying it, and I'm digging in. I already know who I like in the game. I want to see how strong I'm going to make it. But Cam Newton is Superman. There's hardly anybody that I can remember that's this big. He's about 6'5", 6'6", 250, 260. He moves like he does. He has a big arm. He throws the ball as well off his back foot as most guys throw it off their forward foot when they go through the pass. I mean, it's just amazing strength. He's quite a character. A lot of people don't like him because of his attitude. He seems a little boisterous and egotistical, arrogant. But I guess you're not arrogant if you actually do what you say you're going to do and do it as well as he's doing. And then he is. He has won the national championship in college, and he very well could do it here. But you're going up against Wade Phillips, John Elway company. They're good coaches, good management, good staff, and their defense, Talib and company, are remarkable. So that's what you're facing. You're facing an offense that's pretty potent against a defense that's pretty potent. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I get back to I have a 3-pack, NBA and NHL, 3 packs daily, 3 games, all tied together, $25 at jimfeist.com. You can also get free plays daily by texting GAME to 25827. That's GAME, G-A-M-E, to 25827. Send your questions to Twitter at jimfeist Sports, Twitter Jim Feist Sports, and Facebook at Proline TV, and I'll answer those questions as I can and time permits. But stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more. I'm going to dig into the matchup as we go forward. We still have about 12 days left before the big event. I'm pretty excited, and I hope you are. Super Bowl 50. We've done really well with these Super Bowls, and we will again this year.